I think it's bullshit we can't print our own money. And I know the economics of it all, but the thing is, we need money to survive, right? But the only way we can get money is by doing something that someone who has money wants us to do. Which means in order to survive in this world, in a society that we're just thrust into, you have to do something somebody else wants you to do. Now, how can I connect this to the Epstein things? All right, so here we go. Everything you do, no matter what job, what corporation you work for, unless you're running some like lemonade stand at your house or some local mom and pop store, at the end of the day, you are using a service or you are contributing towards a business, corporation, or entity that is in some way run by these people who are elites of some kinds. Elite CEOs, elite politicians, elite whatever. Who controls the value of our currency, the money that we give up our life and our time and we do things for other people for in order to obtain and have a life for ourselves, right? We want to climb up the ladder. At the top of the ladder, though, it's the most evil people. It's people who not only do things with impunity, they've broken the social contract that we have, where it's that, okay, you can be rich, you can be powerful, we won't blow up your Lamborghini, we won't attack and all collectively eat the rich because we assume that you guys are contributing good amounts of things to society, and so are we. It's a circle of life and we work together. Except when you start to look into what these people actually think and the power they have and what they do with their power and their money and their influence, they look at everybody like us, everybody else out here doing things, living normal lives, the majority of humans, the majority of our species, and they think of all of us as subhuman, as not even less than equal. They think of us as things to be their servants, as ways to which we can be used for their personal gain, their little play toys, their playthings. They don't care about people. They care about transhumanism. They care about enriching themselves past the point of being controlled and having to rely on us. Right now, if all the farmers stop making food, they would have problems. They want to get rid of their dependency on people they think are less than them. And these are the people we work for. These are the people we give our power for. These are people who we give up our life for to get money from, by and large. And then we use their services, we use their products, we use their things to completely wrap our... When you think about it, our entire lives, maybe 95% of it, that isn't involved with person-to-person communication with people you actually know, 95% of everything else, from the food, the technology, everything is completely controlled and centered around these people's products and things. Our life has been basically brainwashed inside of this society to be contained within like a self-repeating loop that basically numbs us to the reality of what we are as humans on like a spiritual level, what we are. And we just spend so much time operating in this level of, how can we climb a ladder? How can we find success? How do we get money? How do we play the game that these people cheated at? They rigged against us for them. And even to get up that high, you have to do so many fucking evil, terrible, horrible things that you just lose all essence of your humanity. How is it that that's the way up? How is it that that's the direction we're supposed to go in? And it's not. That's the thing. It's not the direction. But when you think that way, it also calls into question, why am I going to work? Why am I doing these different jobs if that's who I'm helping? I'm helping myself, but that's where my work is going towards. I'm helping these companies, these people. Why am I buying these things? Why am I contributing to society? Oh, so I don't have to go and like live in the woods somewhere and try to figure out how to live as, like, if you even can. I don't think it's even legal to do that for most of the U.S., to just go and live off the land. I think it's all owned for the most part. But if that, barring that, saying that's an option, like, what's the alternative? And that's where you kind of come down to this idea that, oh shit, individually people can carve out ways to not have bosses and be independent. You're still going to contribute to society, but overall, by and large, we are trapped. We are trapped. We are trapped in a society and a world where the only way for us to maintain our lives and continue is to basically submit and give our life energy, our time, and our power to these people who use it against us and empower themselves and create these tools that can give them potentially godlike abilities in the future. That's what we're doing right now. And I have a hard... Can someone figure out a way that's not true? I have a hard time seeing otherwise. And when you look at it that way, it makes it look like, oh shit, we were born into an era where the average person is just kind of trapped. And the only way to really enjoy your life is to, not the only way, but one of the main ways is to ignore that. Ignore that. Put the veil back up. hide all these people from us. We don't want that, though. We want these people gone. But that's their compromise with us, is that we don't get to know about it, but they get to do all the crazy shit, and we get to pretend we live in bliss. But now that the veil's been pulled back a little bit, we're like, everything we don't want to acknowledge is true. And what do we do with that information? That's the question. What do we do with that information?